are spent helping this one put together flower arrangements.
He's very good, too.
What if something were to happen to you? What would you do?
Well, you know, we do run a pretty tight ship around here, I dare say. I mean, when the word came down from on high that we needed to ban some books, well, I came into that library guns a-blazing, figuratively, and I set them all aside.
You got a deputy or something like that?
No, I don't, but I could use a little company.
You know what? Yeah, how do I sign up for the job?
Well, I think you just did. Put her there, partner.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, they say keep your friends close and enemies closer.
Oh, yeah! Oh, this is so exciting!
Now, have you ever used a gun before?
No, I haven't. Why don't you show me how it's done, huh? You know, I've
The
seen
bowling
that.
alley?
What?
Oh, well, why
There's
not?
a
I'm the
sign
sheriff.
Well, there's a sign out front that says,
Take aim with that 10-pin, partner.
where do I put my finger?
On the trigger, silly. Here,
He's funny.
you just line it up. There, close one eye. Take the safety off. All right, let's see what you got. Well, Steve, you're right.
Oh, hey, I'm a natural.
You hit all 10. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, I'll say.
Has he done this before?
No,
No, of course.
yeah, I played spitball with the kids when I was growing up, you know.
You Australians are a kick.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should all go to the shooting range one time. Do you shoot?
Well, no, not.
Well, I'll teach you.
Hey,
Put her there, partner.
Oh, yes!
Oh my. And then you said you put your finger on the trigger.
Sure, be careful not to ever point it at anybody.
Don't forget to take the safety off when you're ready.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see.
oh, it runs the family. Not never related, blood.
That was incredible.
Hey, Terry, being now that I'm your deputy, I should get access to, like, the town directory with all the people's names and addresses, like?
Well, of course.
Yeah, that's good, huh? That's real good.
That's real good.
What if something were to happen to one of us? What if one of us, God forbid, we die, get shot to death? What's the procedure like? Is there a lot of investigations going on?
Well, what an interesting hypothetical.
I just want to have all the bases covered.
Yeah, say like somebody in the town that lives here already gets into some kind of a strange accident, like falls into a pool or
Yeah.
something like that.
No one ever uses the community pool. But we would take any crime extraordinarily seriously.
All right.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had to deal with dead bodies before?
Well, no, we've got a morgue for that. Usually just natural causes.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty simple to me then.
Pretty simple.
Good. All right, Terry. Yeah, you get yourself a
Hey.
deputy. Yeah.
Well, let's get to bowling, and tomorrow I'll take you out on your first patrol.
Sounds good. All right.
And then the Count of Monte Cristo entered the chamber. Leblanc, his mortal enemy, was sitting in the easy chair, smoking a pipe, resting his feet upon the ottoman in front of the blazing fire. The Count of Monte Cristo, silent as a shadow, approached the back of the chair, and taking from his pocket a small string that he had brought home from his trip to the Far East, he placed the string around the neck of LeBlanc and pulled until all the life faded from his enemy's surprised eyes, his tongue too slow to say the final words that were gurgling in his throat. Count of Monte Cristo, I know what you...
Book
End
is
of
banned.
chapter 12.
That book is banned.
Yes, I know it's banned. That's why I didn't tell you I was going to read from it.
You get in so much trouble.
All I hear is that encourages tobacco use. He had a pipe. Not a good example for our children.
that's why it was banned, the pipe. Look, this is really scary, Norman. We cannot be reading from the banned book pile.
Samantha, can I talk to you? I'm worried. I'm worried about the type of men you hang out with. They're reading banned books, they're putting ideas in your head. You're smarter than this.
It's a story of revenge served cold.
That's what's going to happen here if we read from the banned books. The whole town is going to be upset with us. You have no idea how angry a small town can get.
Samantha, you and I have been living together for 3 days now. It's time that you knew something. The reason I came back to this small town is for revenge, in the style of the Count of Monte Cristo, or as it says in the original French, Le Comte de Monte.
Oh my God! No.
This book, this is what's fueling your revenge.
That book is what first gave me the idea.
But for who, though?
Pourquoi?
I'm afraid that if you knew, it would only put you in danger. Suffice it to say that when I rolled into this small town, oh yes, I was drawn to the book clubs, that much was true. But I knew that the only reason I was coming here was to take a copy of the Count of Monte Cristo and renew my fervor, or as they say in French, laissons la ferveur.
I understand that. I speak fluent French. Sometimes.
I thought I would just come to town, make myself as inconspicuous as possible, and reap the revenge I seek, but...
So you used me for my studio?
No! I fell in love. I would have taken my revenge 48 hours ago if it wasn't for you.
I read historical romance. Did you see my swelling bosom and fall in love?
Are you kidding me? How could I help but see your choisir boson?
Did you see how my lingerie...
Wait. Norman, Samantha is my best friend in this world.
I know that.
I need to ask you to leave right now.
No, he was just getting to the good part.
Samantha, I told you he's not good for you.
He's really good for me. What about when the lingerie that I had on...
No,
fell
stop,
in a-
enough. Enough. You need to leave, Norman. You need to get a grip. This is your dream, this library.
Well, Emma, you were just upset because you and I have a studio apartment, and I said you could stay there while Norman lived with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You need to go. There is no revenge to be had. And if you hurt my friend, so help me, I will rip you from limb to limb.
You have me all wrong. I love her. My revenge has nothing to do with her.
I believe him, Wilma. He didn't even tell us what the revenge was for, and if it doesn't have anything to do with me, I don't care.
So please
All right,
tell
fine,
us.
I'll tell you,
What is it? What is it?
I have to find je l'homme de tige, le fromage.
But you don't see that I say that at Paris Brest, they don't watch it now.
Ah oui, Jacques
Oh, my, vous imaginez like ça, no?
Oh,
Oh,
Jean-Paul.
easy. Oh, merde.
All right? There. Now it's up to you to decide, Samantha. Will you stay with me, allow me to live out my deeply needed revenge, and regardless of any danger, live the rest of your life with me in our 2/3 of the studio? Or will you not? I will leave. I'll be waiting for you on our side of the bunk bed.
Samantha, if you choose to let him come back to our place, I'm not going to come back.
The book club is
Hey there, little bro.
Hey.
So, it's the darndest thing. Mrs. Callahan over on First Street told me she saw you drag racing up and down the street with Jake on your lap.
We're friends. That's what friends do these days. Look, I know you're mad at me because I demolished a donut shop. But I promise I'm up to good this time.
Clarence, you gotta understand, I'm the face of law and order around this town. I can't have my kid brother peeling out in his car that he got from the dump. Jane and I are worried about you. I mean, you got lucky when you spun out into that donut shop. One of my favorite haunts, by the way.
It was a little on the nose, but...
I mean, you keep chasing this dream and, well, you're like to get hurt even worse.
Can I tell you something? I told Jake that the reason I spun out was because the roads were all slick, because of the rain, but the tires I put on that car, I mean, they're great in wet conditions. That night, I was racing, I saw something.
What did you see?
I saw something in the alley, and it was feasting on something that squirted out red like a jelly donut. Only it wasn't a jelly donut, I swear it was blood.
Now, come on, Clarence. I don't want to hear any more of these idle tales. I mean, day in and day out, the station's getting strange calls, mutilated animals, missing people, zombies. It's absurd.
I promise, I'm being truthful. What I thought I saw was some kind of creature eating a human being in the alleyway. It was just a flash in the rear view, and then I tried to look and I spun out and I crashed in the donut shop, and next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital with quite a sizable bill.
You know, after your little incident, I had to make
Do you mind if I sit?
Yeah, of course. A full crime scene. I walked every bit of that, including around the back of the alley, and I didn't see one trace of any human remains.
So you don't believe me? Just like you don't believe I can be a NASCAR driver. You never thought much of me, did you?
Don't say that, Clarence. You're my brother. You know, I wanted you to be my deputy.
Well, it would have been fun getting into all those car chases and sliding over the hood, except we lived in the middle of nowhere. I mean, sometimes I wish I went with Jake to the big city. Got into all kind of nonsense there.
Maybe that's what this is all about. You're hanging out with the wrong influences again. I sure was glad when that feller left. He was no good for you, and I don't ever want to see the two of you hanging out again.
Well, hey, I know you're the sheriff, and you're my big brother, but you can't be telling me what to do like your mom or dad.
Even so.
Jake's a good guy, okay? He bought me that car. He used some money that he got under...
Yeah, you mean to tell me he found a V8 Camaro in the dump? It stretches credulity, Clarence.
Huh. You should...
You know what, in fact,
Okay.
I've sent my deputy, my new deputy, to go have a word with him.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll find that he is an upstanding citizen and no harm will come to him.
Hey, Pamela,
Yeah, hon.
I don't know if it's a good idea to stay here.
Oh, now. Don't be silly. We got a great place here. We fixed it up real nice. I put curtains on the window. We can't leave.
What if we get caught? I'm not a deputy. I hate the police. I can't act like one. He wants me to go out and start giving people tickets and whatnot. Nothing happens here anyway.
Oh, come on now. This isn't about you thinking you can't be a deputy. It's about you not wanting to settle down with me.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't want to be dragged down into some little tiny town in the middle of nowhere, being a nobody, some deputy. But yeah, once I find Jake, I'm going to take care of him. But I don't want to live the rest of my life here. There's no action here. I can't be a big shot when there's nothing really big to shoot.
I thought you was a much bigger man than you are right now. You're showing me the small side. It's all about what other people think. It's all about hitting big targets. But what about all those years I spent on your left side and then your right side, watching out for you, covering for you? What about those people I had to cut those fingers off of?
Hey, no one put a gun to your head to do this business. You love me and I love you.
I thought I did.
You thought you did?
You're showing me a